Then it was Budenholzer. First it was Nate McMillan. Now, as of recently, it's
Monty Williams.
Monty Williams. Hey, is NBA is NBA coaches starting to become scapegoats? We about to get into it. We got your boy Big Bro, but y'all already know. Y'all gotta hear the music first.
Welcome to the number one place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.
Man, this layoff week, bro.
Pink
bro,
slips.
pink slips, bro. People getting cut, waived, all the above, bro. Hey, man. What up, NBA Central? It's your boy. It's your host, Steve O Speaks. We got our boy, Big Bro, Cavo in the building. And we here to came to talk about, and we really want to know y'all opinion on, first of all, to you, are NBA coaches now becoming the scapegoats for the team?
Man, it's really starting to feel like it, and it goes beyond this season. It seems
Mm-hmm.
like it's just a players' league now. And if you go all the way back to like a David Blatt, for example, who was just unceremoniously fired by the Cleveland Cavaliers in favor of LeBron bringing in Ty Lue to take them to the championship, and they had a winning record when they fired him mid-season.
Yep.
So it's like when you think about things like that, and the trend now is like, hey, it's basically we want you to win and keep winning. You're not going to see Popovich situations
Mm-hmm.
anymore with 15, 20, 30-year careers as a coach with one team. Because if I just think ownerships changing, general managers changing, so on and so forth, it kind of dictates how these organizations are going to handle their coaches
Thanks.
in their front office. And unfortunately for Monty Williams, he's fallen victim to a new owner who don't care. It's more like, what have you done for me lately? But I feel like it's unfair to coaches because the players got to perform. We talked about this the other day. You know, obviously in game adjustments matter and so on and so forth. But the Phoenix Suns, they're what 2-3 years removed from a finals appearance. And
Mm-hmm.
then you also have, Chris Paul going down every season. You had a game 6 scenario where KD and Booker just didn't show up. And the first thing that was done after that was Monty Williams was fired, which I don't think was cool. And it looks like Doc Rivers might be on his way out, even though he's had a long tenure at Philly, at least 5 years there. So
Yeah. Bro, I actually got like a list of the past like questionable fires I've seen in like the last few years. You got, like you said earlier, Tyloo getting fired from Cleveland. You got that time where Dwayne Casey got fired.
as the
Twice.
as the coach of the year, he was the
Yeah,
coach of the year, and they fired him.
yeah. It's crazy. Like you said, David Black, and you also got you got you remember Avery Johnson got fired?
Yep, you got
He got fired. Yep.
Kenny Atkinson as well, Steve
Kenny Atkinson,
Nash,
Steve Nash, Scott Brooks, Fred Vogel,
Frank
Frank
Vogel.
Vogel. I mean, yeah. Even Mike Brown got fired at one point. Um, yeah, it's crazy. Now it's Nate McMillan. Now it's also Mike Budenholzer, and now it's Monty Williams. And now it look like it might be Rivers. So, bro,
You know, I
go
just
ahead.
don't. I think it's an accountability thing. Obviously, when it comes to like success in sports or anything, it could go any direction, right? Anybody
Yeah.
can. You got so many different moving parts that blame can be passed around to different people. But rarely these days do you see players being held accountable or even taking accountability to themselves. Like last night, Joel Embiid, instead of taking accountability for not really playing well, he basically threw the entire team under the bus with the exception of James Harden. And that includes coaches. And even James Harden, when they asked him what his relationship was like with Doc Rivers, his answer was just basic, like, "Oh, our relationship is okay." And that was it. So it's like these players, not only are they coddled and spoiled, they're super duper paid, and they just
Mhm.
don't feel like not only do they not have to go out there and play every night, they also blame the coaches or the general managers for the team that's around them that they couldn't get it done. And I think that's unfair because Joel Embiid put up 15 points last night. He's the MVP of the league. Even if you lose
Mhm.
by 20, you better go out there and get 30 yourself. But instead, you pointing fingers and making it seem like you did everything you could when honestly you didn't.
Yeah, and that's really what it's been. And it's really going back to the changing of the guard, where the players are getting so much power now. The players are depending on who get fired, who's the GM, who's the coach, all the above. Damn near to who the owner is. We literally seen. I mean, it was under real circumstances, but we seen the Clippers get a owner out of there as a team. So it's just crazy. Like they have a lot of power now. A lot of GMs are choosing the players way over the coach because they rather feed off their investment instead of listen to who got them to that point. So it's almost like it's just going down to like the decreasing of the vets. It's almost like they're so worried about the now and the younger players, and everything is so easy replaceable to them. And it just is weird. Everybody want their own stamp. So a lot of owners are coming in like, yeah, if I didn't hire you, you're easy to replace. I can find somebody else to replace you, and it always used to be like that. If you was a good coach, it don't matter. Like if you
You
was,
know,
yeah,
it's weird because like even back to the Nate McMillan getting taken over for the Hawks, they fired their coach mid-season
mm-hmm,
and before McMillan took over, and then here we are in the same situation now where they fired him mid-season, and it's like I really don't feel too bad for coaches because sports, it's easy to find another job as a coach, either a
mm-hmm,
head coach or an assistant coach. They just recycle each other and pass each other around. So I get it, it's a business, but at the same time, I feel like there needs to be a shift in thought process in terms of who we get rid of first, because these players they feel untouchable, right? So it's like if I'm Joel Embiid or if I'm Kevin Durant and I go out and I perform poorly, well, my job ain't in jeopardy. I'll be back next season. Whether I shot 2 for 14, 2 for 30 or not, I'll be back. There needs to be a situation where I feel like owners, general managers, coaches even can just be honest about how they feel about the way the players did their jobs or the lack thereof. And that's just not what's happening. So to answer the question, yes, coaches are being scapegoated.
yeah,
Dylan Brooks is one of the players. Like some players do get scapegoated. I'm not going to be daft about it. Like
yeah,
obviously teams trade players, cut players, so on and so forth. Point fingers at players like there's point fingers at Russell Westbrook in LA.
uh-huh.
But at the same time, man, coaches now are becoming the focal point as to why players aren't performing. And I think that players need to take some of that blame too.
Yeah, but it's just one thing. I just think that as an organization owner, I mean, always have this big rap of they don't do right by the organization, but there is a lot of solid owners out there. There's very few owners out there that they're just treating everybody wrong. So I just feel like the owners need to take their balls back and stop letting these players dictate every single thing. That's the number one thing. You didn't put it in their mind that they can do whatever they want. To a degree, yes, you can do whatever you want, but I'm still the owner at the end of the day. I still make the final decision.
But most coaches are making between 5 and 12 million, maybe. Whereas you got players, like even bad players, Ben Simmons making $40 million. So it's like, well, if I fire the coach, I'm only eating pennies versus if I trade this player or cut this player, we're still paying him, 30, 40, $50 million in some instances, or partial half of the money once we trade. You know what I'm saying? Like different
Yeah,
things. So it's like it's easier to be like, all right, Budenholzer, we appreciate you for getting our championship, but we definitely can't get rid of what I'm saying, this person over here that we paying 20, 40, 25 million. So you got to go, my guy. The best of luck to you. That's where the
mhm,
players have the leverage, is because of the contracts that they have. And NBA teams are tied to these players, whether they play for them or not.
yep. That's the unfortunate truth. But yeah, man, that's all we had going to you for today. We just wanted to talk about that topic real quick because seeing we that's what 4 coaches in the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And just
crazy.
this season alone, with Steve
Yeah,
Nash and Nick McMillan being fired during the season, and then it's not the end of it either, man. It's
yeah.
not the end.
Unfortunately, it's not.
I just wish it was true for the Chicago Bulls, but instead they extended our
Oh,
coach. He got a secret extension, a little handshake in the dark.
Bro, we don't even know what it is. We don't even know how long it is. We just know, bro. I don't even want to get into it. But yeah, man, you got anything else you want to say, Kevin?
No, that's it, man. I appreciate you guys. You already know on NBA Central, we do this every single day. We appreciate y'all for rocking with the gang. We got the draft lottery tomorrow, Steve-O.
Yes, sir. We might go live. I don't know. We might, but we definitely gonna do some content on it for sure. So y'all make sure y'all tune in for that.
Especially if they give us the #1 pick.
That's that you like you said, you going on habit and hope off that one.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man, we gonna check y'all later. Make sure y'all tune in to, of course, NBA Central. Kevo with Chicago Sox and Cubs Central. Also, we got Sky Central, we got Bull Central with your boy Hayes and me over there, and we got Cognac Gang. You always gotta check out Cognac Gang with C Dub and Bobby. But yeah, man, we gonna get up out of here. We gonna check up with y'all later. Make sure y'all hit and like that notification bell, please.
This has been a presentation of the Break